it's my belief that the Jewish tradition provides a roadmap on how we can be the best human beings that we can be. And so it's in light of that that I want to learn today's Mishnah. It's Mishnah 6, chapter 2 of Brachot. And I want to read it and study it in light of last week as well. So last week we learned, as a brief review, that we are not required to recite the Shema on our wedding night. We've got other things going on. And so we learned that Rabban Gamliel did recite the Shema that night. And so his students ask him, wait, you told us one thing and you did the other. And what we learn is that for him, he needed to be strict with himself. Similarly, this week we find that he broke his own rule once again. So the tradition teaches that we do not have to take a shower or wash ourselves after a funeral. That we should be focusing not on our appearance, but on the emotional mourning that we do as human beings after a death. And so we find that Rabban Gamliel did take a shower or wash himself after the funeral of his wife. And so his students ask him, well, wait, you told us one thing, you're doing the other. What's the deal? And he says something I think is so important when he says, yes, but I am delicate. And that teaches us two important things. First, how valuable it is to be vulnerable. For him to be able to say, yeah, that's the rule, but I needed something else because I was vulnerable. I was delicate. I needed something else. And the second piece, as it relates to that, is it's important for us to be self-aware, to know what we need and when we need it. So yeah, the rule was you don't shower after a funeral. But he knew himself. He knew what he needed in order to be at his highest potential, to be able to be present, in this case, after a funeral. And so we should ask ourselves that question as well. When do we need to be strict? When do we need to be lenient? What do we need to reach our potential? What boundaries do we need to put on ourselves? And what boundaries do we need to move away so that we can be the best people that we can be, to be most present and the most engaged? And I think that is what we learn from today's Mishnah. See you next time.